Unfiltered. Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
Philadelphia Sports Talk. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
5 o'clock here on Unfiltered. Now, interestingly, if you're watching on television, Ricky Bo was rocking his unfiltered T-shirt the whole show.
I was.
He has now switched to a beautiful green-colored dress shirt. What would you call that shirt you're wearing? What color is that?
I have problems looking at green.
It's a lovely shirt, Ricky.
What?
Bo.
I'm not really. I know it's green.
Are you saying that you're colorblind?
It's like
Prism problem.
I'm trying to think what color that shirt is.
It's green.
Someone text in on the Davis Honda text line. How would you describe that color shirt?
I'm waiting for my delay to tell.
Bright, bad. What is it?
No, it's like a soft green. I don't know what it is. It looks good though.
YouTube TV delay is insane, by the way.
Yeah, the YouTube you gotta get rid of the YouTube TV delay. Did you know that?
How do you do that?
YouTube TV, you got to go to settings.
That's a sage.
And then get rid of the delay. I had to do it because I was like tweeting stuff and I was always like 30 seconds behind everybody else. There's like a long delay that's normally with live broadcasting.
That is a beautiful green. That looks like my living room color. It's like a mint pistachio. Is it a pistachio?
Maybe pistachio green. Booney, who's producing on NBC today, the man behind the curtain, says it's seafoam green. I don't think it is seafoam green. Seafoam green is like the Tiffany color, isn't it? I don't know.
You want me to ask somebody what color is this?
Well, we did. We asked
too bright.
we asked the text board. Somebody will text it in. All right, but more importantly than Ricky's shirt, let's talk about the Phillies game tonight as they look to make it the 7th straight series win. They take on the Cincinnati Reds, game 2 of a 3-game set. Jesus Luzardo on the bump. Kyle Schwarber's still sick. So we got another weird lineup, Ricky. What do we got?
All right, here we go. Trey Turner's leading off. That's not weird. Bryce Harper's.
Wait, hold on. Before you go to the next thing, it is weird that Trey Turner's DH.
Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up.
Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah, I guess it is a little strange.
Why is Turner your DH tonight?
Okay. Trey Turner is DHing tonight and leading off. That's a little strange. Bryce Harper is back at first base and batting second. That's a little strange. Why? Because Kyle Schwarber's not in there. Alec Boehm is hitting third tonight. That's just strange in itself. Brandon Marsh is hitting cleanup. He's playing left field tonight. Batting fifth is Adolis Garcia. He's in right. Bryson Stott is sixth at second base. Edmundo Sosa, the shortstop. Yes, the shortstop is batting seventh. Justin Crawford is in center field and batting eighth. Rafael Marchand is catching and batting ninth. That's strange. And on the mound is Jesus Luzardo.
All right, I got a lot of questions for you, Ricky.
Yeah.
Maybe you could help me with. So why get Sosa in the lineup tonight? Why have Turner as your DH so Sosa can play short? What's the thought process there?
Maybe just trying to get Trey off of his feet, as they like to say. Because I don't believe in that, but they like to say it.
Anything on the matchups today?
It's kind of like maybe he figured, okay, Schwarber's not out. I got Harper. Oh, that's exactly what happened. Schwarber's not here last night. He got to get Bryce off of his feet, except for his at-bats. Hey, look at this. I can get Trey off of his feet and still keep him in the lineup with Schwarber out again tonight. Because let's face it, once Schwarber comes back, you lose that spot. I think that's exactly what it is. Nicely done on my part.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Now, let me ask you, doesn't Marchand usually catch Nola, not Luzardo?
Yeah, I don't know if it matters anymore. JT got smoked again last night, by the way, in the foot. I don't know if you were watching the game. He got another foul ball off the foot last night. I believe it was the same foot that got him earlier in the season too.
All right, so you get him off his feet. You get Turner with Schwarber being out. You're able to get him off as far as he stays in the lineup but doesn't have to play the field. And I guess Otto Kemp was a one-game experiment just because there was a lefty on the mound because he's not back in tonight.
Yes. I mean, it is what it is because once you put Trey into the spot where he's going to be DHing, obviously Sosa has to play somewhere. And it's very simple. You put Bryce Harper back to third or first base. Boehm goes back to third. Okay, now all I have to do is replace Turner with Sosa. And I guess he doesn't care if it's a righty-on-righty situation. Isn't that interesting? Lefty-on-lefty situation is a situation. Righty-on-righty situation is not anything.
Yeah, why is that?
Good question. In all honesty, I think when you're growing up, like I was a left-handed hitter. Growing up, there weren't as many left-handed pitchers, were there? Just in general? Maybe general population is right-handed pitchers?
Yeah, I mean, there's usually always more righties than lefties, right?
But why is that? Especially nowadays, why is that?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't have the answer for you, though.
But I think that's the reasoning behind it, that there's a lot more right-handed bats when you grow up, too, and they're always facing right-handed pitching. They're just used to it more, I think.
All right, so let me ask you this. If Schwarber was healthy,
yeah,
what's this lineup looking like? Like, who's your cleanup hitter under Don Mattingly, do you think? Because they keep switching it out.
Depending on lefty-righty situation, right now, I think I probably would go with Brandon Marsh.
And then if there's a lefty on the mound, you still going to give Marsh the cleanup?
I'd probably give either Adolis or Bohm.
Yeah, if Bohm keeps swinging the bat the way that he is.
I mean, I almost feel like, though, Mattingly wants a right-hander in that cleanup spot with the exception of tonight, because you have lefty already. That was funny. You didn't catch that, did you?
I just didn't think it was that funny.
Well, because I said it by accident. I pulled the bill.
All right, so you got Alec Bohm.
Did you understand what I was just saying?
Not really, no.
Okay. On the regular lineup, it'll go Turner, Schwarber, Harper. So that's righty, lefty.
Yes, I got that.
So in the 4 spot, he would normally put a right-handed hitter, so it breaks up the left-handed hitters.
Got you. That's why they like Bohm or Garcia.
If he went 2, 3, and then Marsh, it would be lefty.
That's why they usually go with Garcia.
Yeah.
But it looks like if Alec Bohm can keep doing what he's doing, he may get back up in the top of the lineup for good. Because if you take after the 2-game reset where Don Mattingly sat down Bohm for 2 days, since that game, he's hitting .429 with a 1.231 OPS. And he even gets the big home run last night. Bryson Stott, another guy who's having a great month of May. I can't believe that Bryson Stott has an .890 OPS and 5 home runs in 64 plate appearances this month. Like,
he's playing good baseball. That's one guy I said from the start of the season that I truly believe that he should be an everyday player. I don't even think that should have been questioned.
All right, now
why was it ever questioned? Have you ever thought about that?
Who, Bryson Stott?
Yeah.
Well, because he was terrible last year.
Yeah, but what? Oh, you know what's interesting? Anybody else could have a down year, but if your name's Bryson Stott, you have a down year, you stink.
He had 2 down years. Hold on.
I don't know about 2.
Bryson Stott hit 245 in 2024. And he hit 257 last year, but when you look at his splits against left-handed pitching, it was terrible, wasn't it?
Well, he's hitting 316 off of lefties right now. His OBP against left-handers, 458.
All right, last year against lefties, he hit 225 with an OBP of 287. In 2024 against lefties, he hit 223 with an OBP of 318 and a slug of 277.
That's not very good.
So it was 2 years in a row where he wasn't great against lefties. Now you go back to 2023, he hit 282 against lefties. So
that's very odd that it does go up and down like that, but I would give him as many at-bats as you can now. The heck with this. Just let him play against lefties.
Let me actually ask you that, because this is something that's bothered me. If we were looking at a 15 or 20 at-bat sample size on a player, it would be like, oh, it's too small of a sample size, right? You know, you can't judge the guy by only 20 at-bats. But yet when you're talking about a left-handed batter going up against left-handed hitting, they'll look at his numbers and say, oh, yeah, we want to get him out against lefties. And then you look at how many plate appearances he has, and it's like 20 plate appearances. Yep. How does a guy get better at hitting left-handed pitching if you never let him hit left-handed piting? It doesn't make sense.
Well, you're not going to get better. You're not going to get any better whatsoever. How could you? The whole point, and I think Kyle Schwarber kind of proved this, is that it takes time. It takes a long time. Sometimes it takes half of your career before you start to figure something out. And when you don't face left-handed hitting and then all of a sudden you're thrown in there to face a left-handed pitcher, what do? You're going to freeze, number one. You're not going to feel very comfortable up at the plate. The only way you get comfortable is you keep seeing them. And how do you do that? Day in, day out. It's the only way you're going to get there. I don't care how many guys want to throw you batting practice, and they could throw sidearm, they could throw it from behind you, whatever you want them to do. It's not going to make you any better. The only way you're going to get better is actual games and being in there against left-handed pitching. And by the way, my shirt, according to Ava Cheeseman, she works over here in she told me it was mint green.
Yeah, so Booney,
it's a little too. I think mint green is too green.
Booney is adamant that it is seafoam green.
I could get behind seafoam.
Here we go. She just dropped me another one that says sage green.
Oh, sage is a good color too.
I did a tally.
Yeah, so a lot of people texted in. We appreciate everyone texting in on the Davis Honda text line. Silvana has tallied it up. What is the color of Ricky Bo's shirt?
All right. The tie has been broken. Mint green is the winner so far.
Mint green.
Which I don't agree with. Seafoam is second, sage in third, and we had two people who said lime green.
No, it's not lime.
It's not lime.
Now we also don't know. Maybe they have their color of their TV adjusted incorrectly.
I know this is lime green because it says it on there. You won't see it. You see it right there.
Yeah, that's lime. That doesn't match. No,
does not match it.
Very good. Now, what color jacket will you be wearing on Phillies pregame live tonight? What's going over that shirt?
It's going to be black.
Black or blue?
You're not sure?
No.
You could probably go either way.
Yeah.
Probably go either way. All right, so let me tell you, while we're waiting for more people to weigh in on the color of Ricky's shirt, Fanatic Deal of the Week. This is my favorite deal of the week that we do. Take advantage of it because it will sell out. Make this summer unforgettable at Maury's Piers. You get one same-day ride and water park combo ticket for just $70. That's unlimited rides on all three piers and access to both water parks for an entire day. I'm telling you, it will sell out. So go to 975thefanatic.com/deals to buy it now.
Yep.
When they say all three piers, one of my favorite roller coasters of all time is down there, the Great White, the wooden roller coaster. It's a great roller coaster, right?
It's great.
Yeah, that big
and
wooden roller coaster.
And you're not kidding, Bill. I would get that. I would get on these deals like immediately because these things, they're in a flash. They're gone.
Yeah.
I loved Maury's Piers. I would just go on the Nor'easter like all the time.
Yeah, Nor'easter's another good one.
But that one, like, that one's great.
Yeah, another good one. All right, but we started off the show today, and we were talking about, are the role players good enough? And some people actually pushed back on the text board. Patricia told me, who's our AP today, that I referred to Alec Boehm as a role player, saying he was an all-star 2 years ago. Do you disagree with me? Alec Boehm is a role player now.
As of right now?
Yeah, he's a role player.
Your stars are sitting in the 1, 2, 3.
Turner, Schwarber, Harper.
Yep. And one of them's not going as well as he should be.
Yeah. Now, I thought this was a great quote from Don Mattingly last night, and I don't have the audio of it, but I'm going to read it to you. He says, quote, "The more length you get in your lineup, the more pressure you put on the other side. Good job by Boehm tonight with the home run. Then leading off the 8 with a knock, and Stott continues to mash this month. The more guys that contribute, it takes pressure off the top. Those guys are going to carry the load for the most part, but if you're going to have a good year, you need everybody," close quote. And that's what you saw last night. It can't only be Schwarber and Harper, and even if you want to throw Turner in there, the rest of these guys have to carry the load as well. And if Marsh and Stott continue to swing the bat the way they're swinging the bat, and if you could get Garcia giving you a little bit more, and JT Realmuto's got to start swinging the bat a little better too, now you're seeing that, what you love to talk about, Ricky, that Mattingly mentions, lengthening the lineup, putting the pressure on the opposing pitchers.
That's what makes good teams great. When those guys at the bottom of the lineup can do some damage, like last night, that's where other teams will take notice because they know who Kyle Schwarber and what he's going to do. They know what Bryce Harper is capable of. But when you get by those guys, do you have a breather? Are you able to kind of relax and get through the bottom of the lineup and then start your stress again at the top of the lineup? When Bryson Stott is swinging the bat, Alec Boehm swinging the bat, you got problems all the way through. So in my eyes, there's nothing better than having a team that has 7, 8 deep because there's no rest for the pitcher. And what does that do? It puts stress on a pitcher all night long. You don't think that what was his name? Bo or Bubba Chandler, the guy who pitched for the Pirates the other day.
Yeah.
Who couldn't throw a strike in the first couple innings. You know why you don't throw strikes? Because you don't want to at the big league level. He didn't want to throw anything over the plate.
You just
scared.
You just reminded me, because Cincinnati walks a lot of people too.
Yep.
Last night, you know what I loved, and I think this has to come from the dugout, right? The double steal in the first inning with Turner and Harper, because the double steal gets first and second. Now it's second and third, and you're able to score on back-to-back sac flies.
Yep.
That doesn't happen unless you do the double steal.
Well, that tells me they had a pretty good read. They had a read on what was going on. I mean, when you watch a pitcher, what they're doing and what Paco Figueroa is doing and somebody on the bench is doing is always trying to get a read on what the pitcher's signs are, or what he tips off. And I think that obviously when you get a double steal going, you know exactly what's happening and you know exactly when to take off. Because if you don't, you're picked off. It's that simple.
Yeah, I like that. Is that a call that comes from the dugout, or is that Turner and Harper?
Because it was a double steal.
Yeah, so that's Mattingly making that decision.
It's either that or they both have the green light and probably have a signal between the two of them.
Yeah, it's good baseball.
Yeah.
That's good baseball right there.
And you got to go if you're the back guy, if you're the guy at first base. That's not a free base. I think a lot of people look at it like, oh, the guy stole third, second base is free too. And it's not always like that, because what if that guy at first base doesn't get a good jump? All of a sudden he's thrown out and the guy at third base gets up and keeps going towards home and you get a double play on it. I've seen that happen.
Yeah, no, they executed it well last night. All right, so we have We Hear You Part 2 coming up. A lot of voice messages came in on the A.J. Brown conversation we were having, so I'm looking forward to that. But I also told you earlier in the week, Ricky Bo, that my man Fit Dad CEO sent me his new dad jokes book. Did you see this?
I didn't get it.
So Dad, It's Good. It's the ultimate database of cringeworthy dad jokes.
Uh-oh.
So I know how much you love dad jokes. I'm going to read you the first one in the book. You ready for a little dad joke?
Yep.
I feel like we should do dad jokes every day on the show.
Great. Let's hear it.
Thanks to our man Fit Dad CEO.
I'd sign off.
First joke in the book. So 2 trees got arrested in my town. I heard they've been doing some shady business. Oh!
Dun-dun. We're going to need a little thing that goes the dun-dun-dun.
Ricky didn't laugh. All right, maybe he'll laugh at this one. People don't think the grass be wet in the morning, but it do.
That's
Ricky smiled.
That's not bad.
All right, but check him out. Our man, Fit Dad CEO, big fan of the show. We're a big fan of his. So Dad, It's Good. His book is out now, The Ultimate Database of Cringeworthy Dad Jokes. All right. Cringeworthy. I like that he's right, though.
Yeah, he is right.
All right. I'll read you more.
By the way, Ricky, everyone wants you to wear a black jacket tonight.
No.
Oh, okay.
See, now I'm going opposite.
Sorry, guys.
No, blue would work with that.
I think I have blue pants
I would
on.
go, don't overthink it and just do the black.
Yeah, I got blue pants on right now.
Hey, Ricky, how does Vin Diesel keep in touch with the Fast and Furious crew?
How?
On Zoom calls. All right, We Hear You coming up next. Keep it here, Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports, Philadelphia. All right, 5:25 on this Tuesday afternoon. You got another Phillies game tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. Jesus Luzardo on the mound. Going to be another hot one down there tonight, Ricky Bo.
Yes, I love the warm weather.
Yeah, you do love the warm weather.
He loves
I can take this
heat.
every day.
Yeah, he does. He loves the extreme heat. He loves to sweat.
I really do. I like just walking out and sweating.
You love the sweat. All right, so we got into a lot on the show. We got We Hear You coming up, best voice messages. But we got into a lot on the show. We got a lot of discussion about A.J. Brown. It was based off of John Kincaid this morning that apparently a lot of fans are agreeing with. He wants A.J. to be miserable whatever destination he gets traded to. Ricky and I aren't really there. We look at the last 4 years and say, no, it was a good 4 years, and now you wish him the best. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of voice messages about that. We also talked about our frustration watching the San Antonio Spurs basically in 3 years with Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio Spurs?
San Antonio.
What'd I say?
Santonio?
Did I really?
Yeah, you were kind of doing.
Isn't that funny that you don't even hear yourself say stuff? I did say San Antonio.
Yes, I was wondering. I thought you were making a joke, which is why I said, what? And you said San Antonio. I went, yeah, no, that's
San
not right.
Antonio.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I said San Antonio Spurs.
Yes.
San Antonio Spurs. Watching the Spurs
us every day somehow still.
And Victor Wembanyama in only 3 years already get to the Western Conference Finals, and the Sixers have had Joel Embiid for going on 13 now.
You know what's funny? I'm going to tell you something. I was watching. I told you I got home like in a hurry to watch that overtime of those games, the 2 overtimes, and that was. I'm going to tell you right now, it was a great game. I was into it. That was. I mean, how many times do you get into a game that you don't even care about the teams? That was actually a fun game to watch, a fun finish to watch. But I mean, after you just brought that up and like you talked to me today about it, and now I'm like depressed because I hate the game now.
Well, yeah, it was a great game, but it was frustrating that the Spurs were able to turn it around so fast. I didn't
look at it like that at the time. I was just watching Wemby, and I think he's a great player, and he was really interesting to watch last night. Plus, Stephon Castle, former UConn guy.
There you go.
I mean, you kind of watch for different reasons, and then Dylan Harper,
Rutgers guy,
pretty good player.
Yeah, so that was a fun game, but it frustrated me as a Sixers fan. But we'll see where people are weighing in because we got a lot of voice messages to get to right here. We Hear You, brought to you by Rycor Heating and Cooling, delivering high-efficiency heating and cooling solutions across the greater Philadelphia area, New Jersey, and the Delaware Valley. Visit RycorHVAC.com or call 1-855-MY-RYCOR to schedule a free consultation. Rycor, we know how. Let's get it.
Now.
You want to know?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Are you listening to me?
We can hear you.
I have something to say.
Please just keep it simple and brief.
Thank you.
Listen to me carefully.
And that's all I have to say about that.
We hear you.
All right, first up.
Yeah, this is Curtis from Lebanon leaving this message. I just think that A.J. Brown, he wants to leave the team. I feel like myself personally, he gave up on the team last year when he didn't perform well. It would be just based on performance where I'm like, okay, let this guy go ahead and go. He wants to go somewhere else. He didn't seem like much of a team player on the field, even with all the off-the-field stuff that people say he's such a good guy. I don't doubt that, but I'm just saying, on the field, it didn't look like that. That offense did not look good with him and Jalen Hurts in it last year.
Yeah, look, I don't disagree with you. I mean, the offense did not look great for many reasons last year, and I know there were games where you watched it and you thought A.J. Brown wasn't giving it his all, but sometimes I think the tape can be deceiving. I know it sounds like I'm defending the guy, but I don't believe that there were times where he just completely gave up and wasn't giving it his all. I know the film looked bad at times, Ricky, but sometimes, like you indicated in some of those plays where, he's given up. Was he even going to get there? It's all about the way the camera angle is. I don't know. I feel like I sound like I'm defending him.
You just don't. But you could defend him in a situation. Well, look, here's a point to ask yourself: have you ever seen him dog a play with the Eagles?
Probably, actually, if you're being honest.
When?
When he's not the main. When he's not the primary read.
I'm talking when there's a ball thrown to him.
Well, that's what people are talking about. Where there were plays last year where it looked like he was dogging it.
Yeah, but they're talking about that Niners game.
No, they're also talking about before that.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what game it was. There's a play where
was it one in the Chargers game? Maybe.
Yeah, there was a couple of plays in the regular season.
I don't think there's a guy that's out there that doesn't want to catch the ball, especially if he's looking for more and more yardage for his own sake.
And listen, I understand why the Eagles are going to trade AJ if he wants out and he's not getting along with Jalen. And I could understand being frustrated with this situation. I just don't understand the position of wishing him the worst on the way out.
I mean, yeah, you got A.J. Brown in the first year of acquiring A.J. Brown. You go to the Super Bowl. That's not a coincidence.
You went and you won a Super Bowl in his third year. But that's why, looking back, the trade for A.J. Brown will be deemed a success.
Yes.
Not a failure.
Absolutely.
Whereas others, like the Andrew Bynums and the Ben Simmons, and there's
Bryce
more
Huffs?
and more. Well, Bryce Huff, but I didn't wish him the worst. But yeah, there's just a lot of guys you would wish the worst. He's not one of them for me, but a lot of fans disagree. Let's keep him rolling.
You guys can't think of anything but, how AJ. What about the business? It is a business. He is there to make the best of his name so he can get to the Hall of Fame. That's all there is to it. He wants to get to the Hall of Fame. He doesn't. He's not going to do it playing for the Eagles. And I hope he does better up in New England and he gets his numbers. That's my feeling on it. This is Chuck from Boyertown.
Well, Chuck, he had his numbers here in Philadelphia. Yeah, it wasn't like he wasn't getting big-time yardage numbers.
That's not true, though.
What do you mean?
The first 2 years, yes.
The first 2 years he did.
The last 2 years, no.
So you're going to tell me a guy's going to catch 1,500 yards every single year?
I'm pretty sure since, I can't remember the stat, I need to go and find it, but since his time being here, he's at least top 7 in receivers.
Yeah, listen, the first 2 years, he had close to 1,500 yards.
Okay.
The last 2 years, he had barely over 1,000 both seasons.
Yeah, well, go 2 years back, and you had a running back over 2,000 yards. That'll take yardage off of a wide receiver.
It will. It also will when you are 32nd in pass attempts. So you could understand why a wide receiver who wants the ball isn't happy in an offense that throws the ball the least of any team in the National Football League.
That's why I think most people are just like good riddance.
Yeah. I still can't say I want him to fail, though. And Chuck doesn't want him to fail.
How could you want him to fail? I think that I understand that. Oh, he's no longer going to be wearing eagle green. Okay, so when you play against him, you want him to fail. I get that part, and that's every guy that has ever left here, I'm sure, with the exception of Dawkins, because when he came back, I'm sure they just wanted him to run wild on defense. But I look at it in a sense that just let him go. Let him go peacefully. Just go away.
Yeah, I'm there. All right, let's keep him rolling.
Not a former Philadelphia athlete, but I will never, ever wish Jonathan Kuminga any success professionally because he cut down Joel Embiid at the height of his powers, diving on his legs for a loose ball he could have easily bent over and picked up. And now as Sixers fans, we're stuck in purgatory.
Yeah, is that going back to... Was that going back to the game against the Golden State Warriors?
When he literally fell, on his knee.
When Embiid was having arguably the best season we've ever seen from him, too.
Yeah.
He was averaging more points per game than minutes per game.
Didn't that start the meniscus? Or was that before or after? I know it re-aggravated something.
Well, he had to get surgery after that.
Yeah, a knee.
And then he came back in the Knicks series on one leg after that. Yep. And things haven't been right since. But, yeah, it's a good point.
But the knee's not an issue anymore.
That's what he says.
Here's the perfect example of the hypocrisy of our fan base. This is why the national media always gets on us for our level of intelligence as fans. Listen to the phone calls, the messages, the tweets that you've got from fans. How dare A.J. Brown diminish my chances at Super Bowl glory again to chase his own stats? He's so selfish. Really? Really? How dare he choose his personal stats over your personal glory? Wow. And he's selfish. Also, Bill, for you to blame T.O. for what happened here tells me a lot about your intelligence. That's why Ricky Bo throws at your head. It's empty.
Oh, what am I getting a shot for?
That never happens, Ricky.
Listen, Terrell Owens. Let's go back now and relive the T.O. situation. Terrell Owens wasn't wrong for being upset about his contract situation. But doing sit-ups on your driveway and having to be suspended for conduct detrimental to the team and basically derailing that entire season, I can't be on T.O.'s side as much as I agreed with his original position in wanting the new contract. And the whole feud with Donovan McNabb, yeah, McNabb could have handled it better as well. But you can't sit here and tell me that T.O. handled that the right way. I can't get behind that.
Oh, T.O., he did some sit-ups in the driveway. He was good.
And, man, thinking that you're smarter than me, I liked that call until then.
I'm definitely smarter than you are.
All right, let's try to get more in here.
To want ill for A.J. Brown just shows the character of your colleague in the morning. He's done nothing publicly to embarrass the team or himself, so why have that kind of acrimony towards him? If he wants to leave, and maybe he doesn't, we don't really know, but if he wants to leave, then we thank him for his service and we move on. What's the big deal?
That's exactly how I feel. Apparently, he didn't like what John Kincaid had to say this morning.
Well, I mean, I think it's really hard to say, let's get him to Siberia and make his life miserable at whatever team he's at. I mean, come on. He was not only a great player on the field, but off the field as well in the community. There's so much more than just being a player. It's all about the person as well. I just thought it was an unnecessary comment. He was a huge part of the Eagles' success and Jalen Hurts' success. Huge.
John Kincaid, he seemed to be on the wah-wah bus this morning.
A little bit, yeah.
He had tears in the eyes.
He was upset.
Wah-wah.
We didn't get into what else he was saying about Jalen. We'll have to talk about that, too. But listen, Kincaid is not alone in the sentiment. I don't agree with it, but there are, and we've heard from a lot of you who agree with John Kincaid. And there is this perception out there that A.J. Brown is, a cancer in the locker room. And look, he has done things that you could perceive from the outside looking in as being potential distractions. But he's been a captain on this team. He's been a leader on this team. I think he's meant a lot to the success of the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's why I can't sit here and say that I wish him the worst when you do have a Super Bowl trophy in large part because of A.J. Brown being here. But, all right, let's try to squeeze in another one.
This is Chris from all over. I remember not too long ago when that Campbell soup-faced Chip Kelly convinced us that Deshaun Jackson was some kind of gangbanger. And while everybody was out thinking he was Frank Wright, we were all wrong because we listened to a little bit of something that came with pictures and we all went, and we got upset. And we all knew, well, we didn't want to lose him, but we lost him. And in this situation, I feel like the Eagles are having a really hard time trying to spin bad from good. And any dopey fan that just dives into this and gets pulled in hook, line, and sinker, you're a dummy. You're a dumb dummy.
I liked his voice.
Yeah, he does have a good voice.
Good.
I liked his voice. So he said something there that Silvana wasn't sure should be on the air, but it was in reference to the rumored gang ties of Deshaun Jackson that turned out to be nothing but rumors. And, Chip Kelly used a certain person in the media to spread that rumor, unfortunately. But, I don't know how that tied into the A.J. Brown situation.
Yeah, I was a little confused as well, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it just goes to show that, fans will turn on the player long before the organization. But I don't think the Eagles are mad at AJ. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, fans might be. But again, you don't hear, like, if the Eagles are very good at utilizing the media to their advantage, you don't hear things getting leaked from the Eagles supporting on why they should trade AJ. Like, you're not hearing these rumors come out about him.
One thing with the modern day players, though, they kind of all support each other in business decisions. Whether they like it that somebody's leaving your team or not, they look out for each other in that sense. It happens with the Phillies, too. If you remember, Harper was like, well, if Schwarber's going to go somewhere, he's going to go somewhere. It's, that's about him and his family.
But the only reason I'm going to push back on that, business decisions is one thing. AJ's getting paid. This has nothing to do with money. This just has to do with stats.
Well, I guess you're right. Well,
and a relationship with Jalen.
Is that not business for him?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You want to be happy in business. All right, so look, here's what we got coming up. And great stuff on the voice messages. I know we didn't get to all of them because we got so many good ones, but we appreciate everybody sending in their voice memos every day. Coming up next, we'll get our final Twitter poll results about the Phillies role players, and we'll take a look at the game tonight, home run predictions, and I have a question for Silvana and Ricky Bo.
Oh, boy.
About the NBA. Will you be watching James Harden versus the Knicks tonight? Ugh. Coming up next, Unfiltered, 97.5, The Fanatic, NBC Sports, Philadelphia. All right, coming down the home stretch on Unfiltered. We'll get our final Twitter poll results shortly. We'll do our Unfiltered home run predictions as well. I got to be honest, I was just saying this to Vito out there. We were so good at home run predictions last year. We stink this year. We better turn things around like this Phillies team.
Do we stink or do the Phillies?
Well, it's probably a combination.
I mean, they don't now, but they did.
There were 2 home runs last night that we didn't get.
Well, that is true. No one got him, I guess.
Dude, we've been terrible. So we better get it right tonight.
It's hard. You can't get in a groove because we had the playoffs for everything else.
All right, so we're in a groove now. We'll get to that coming up.
You might be.
So you got the Phillies game tonight, but I have a question for you two before we talk about the Phils. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, we all agreed last night was an entertaining game between the Spurs and the Thunder. But tonight is almost like a hate watch. You have the New York Knicks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers and James Harden. Like, are you going to watch this game tonight? I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through it, Ricky Bo.
Well, I have the Phillies, so I don't have to worry about that, although it may be the same thing as last night. I get in the car, and obviously it's tuned in to 97.5, The Fanatic, because I actually tune into Mark's.
Are we carrying this game tonight?
It was on last night. They were on last night.
Check that, Sil. Do we have the Eastern Conference Finals tonight? Silvana's looking it up.
I might be wrong.
Yes.
Oh, we do have it.
See?
How about that, Ray Dunn?
How about that?
Oh, by the way, speaking of how about that, do you know Ray Dunn is co-hosting the show tomorrow?
How about that?
This might be the best show we've ever had.
Oh, here we go. Sil, you could have a new drop. Who the hell is
Ray Dunn? What? What are you saying?
Who the hell is Ray Dunn?
We have that one somewhere.
I know. It was a new one.
Ray Dunn in for Ricky Bo
Who the
tomorrow.
hell is Ray Dunn?
This might be the best show we've ever had on Unfiltered, me and Ray Dunn.
Donkey.
Oh, gosh.
I will say this. We might have to bring back, Ray and I used to battle on middays about Nick Sirianni. We might have to do a little Nick Sirianni
please don't.
discussion tomorrow.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Nick wants it.
Hell yeah.
All right, so are you going to watch?
How would you know?
Who do you want to win?
Breakfast this morning?
Who do you want to win this series? The Knicks or James Harden and the Cavs?
I don't like Harden. I'm going to say the Knicks.
Sil didn't even think twice, said the Cavs.
I said the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't know if I could root for the Knicks.
I just really hate the Knicks, honestly.
I don't know if I could root for the Knicks, man.
I can't.
I got to be honest with you, though.
I'm not rooting for either team. Whoever wins. But I don't know.
If the Knicks didn't...
They're not... Whoever wins the East is not winning.
No, it's going to be San Antonio or OKC.
Yep.
I really hate the Knicks fan base.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you took all the players on the Knicks and put them on a different team, I probably would actually like that team and root for that team with the way they
have
play.
A likable team.
Yeah.
They do.
But it's the fans.
If those guys were here in Philadelphia...
Oh, we would love them.
Yeah.
But it's the fan base that makes them unrootable.
Yeah. Absolutely despise the fan base.
So I'm going with Cleveland and James Harden.
But truthfully, I probably will not watch too much because I'll be watching the Phillies and then also unrelated to you. Does your wife watch Summer House?
No, she does
on
not.
Bravo, I will be watching the Summer House finale.
Yeah, big problems with Kyle, huh?
Yeah, big problems with Kyle and Amanda. This is the finale, the last one before the reunion. I gotta watch the two.
How about I actually knew the show?
Yeah,
right,
I don't know.
Ricky?
What's wrong with you,
Ricky
dude?
knows a little bit of Bravo.
What is wrong with you?
Paige used to be on it.
Yes, she did.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that we're talking about something for once.
No idea what you two were talking about. All right, let's take a look, though, at what a lot of people will be watching tonight, and that's the Phillies game. You got Jesus Luzardo tonight taking on right-handed pitcher Burns tonight. What's his first name?
Chase.
That's what I thought.
Burns. He's got some good stuff. Throws upwards of like 98, 99 miles an hour. I don't know. He walks a lot of guys. So I guess that could be something that, like, to keep an eye on. Like, if he's wild early on this game. And he's given up 5 home runs to left-handed hitters this year.
Oh.
Schwarber not in the lineup doesn't help that situation.
But good to know. All right, before we do our home run predictions for tonight's game, let's just check the final Twitter poll results. Do you believe the role players on the Phillies are good enough? We know how good Harper and Schwarber are. What about the role players? Are they good enough? Not a lot of people were positive today, but the Twitter poll stood strong for 4 hours thanks to Dr. Avidan Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What do you got, Sil?
Do you believe the role players on the Phillies are good enough? Yes or no? Final number, 69% saying no, 31% saying yes.
All right, well, they still have a lot to prove, I guess. But if Marsh and Stott keep doing, Marsh on throw in there. Stott and Bohm keep doing what they're doing, there certainly will be good enough. But let's do some home run predictions, and we got to get better at this.
I mean, this is going to be a rough one. The only player to have a hit against him is Trey
Turner.
Yeah, who's your DH tonight. But we were on fire last year. We made a lot of people money last year, Ricky Bo. And it's more so you that I'm disappointed in. Because you're usually very good at predicting these home runs.
I've only done like 4.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
1
really,
for 4.
You keep on saying we suck. We've only done like 5 games.
Whatever. We need to get this thing going for the people. It's not for us. It's for the people.
Whatever.
All right, so I'm in first place still. Silvana's in second. Ricky's in last. But it's not saying much because we've all only predicted like 1 home run.
Right.
All right, so Ricky Bo, you get to go first. Who is going yard tonight? Phillies are favored -136 over the Reds.
All right, I got 1 of 2. I'm either going the 2-hitter or the 4-hitter, and I'm going the 2. I'm going Harper.
Ricky Bo going with Bryce. He is a +340 tonight.
It's not bad. I'll take that.
Not bad.
All right, what do you got, Sil?
All right, funny enough, Ricky, I was actually going to choose Brandon Marsh, so I will take him then.
Brandon Marsh, a +520 tonight. Did you say he's the cleanup hitter tonight, right?
He is cleaning up.
He is.
All right, I'm going to go with, there's nothing really jumping off the page to me about this.
He's going the number 5 hitter. Go.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to listen to what Larry Boa told us earlier in the show.
I almost went that way, too.
Larry Boa said he still expects Adolis Garcia to be a 25 home run guy. He's got to get going. I'm taking Adolis the Swollest, who's also a plus 520 tonight. All right, so Ricky Bo's got Harper plus 340. Silvana's going Brandon Marsh plus 520. I'm taking Adolis Garcia at a plus 520.
Yeah, Marsh has been cooled off.
All right, we got to put some money on this to make this interesting for people out there. All right, so Ricky Bo, we will talk to you tomorrow. We got Ray Dunn on the show all 4 hours tomorrow.
So we're not talking to Ricky.
No, Ricky Bo will be here for some of the show.
I'm going to try to jump on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ricky will be here for some of the show.
Oh, thanks.
He can't stay away from us.
No.
With his seafoam green
a nice
shirt.
little report after the game.
I do like the seafoam green. Just please, God, don't wear the blue.
Oh, Ricky, I was driving yesterday when we got off the air. Did Barkan say anything about me making fun of you and him being best friends?
Yeah, he did. He was actually kind of laughing at it. So
I'd imagine he would.
Yeah, so good
He can
stuff.
take a joke.
Is it you and Michael again tonight?
Michael and I tonight. Yeah, Sean Kane producing. We're ready to go.
All right, so you got Phillies pregame live coming up on the TV side. On the radio side, you get the best of from 6 to 8, and then things will turn over to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 in the NBA, Knicks and Cavs. Tomorrow is What Movie Wednesday, so don't miss it. We got another great prize. I got to think about the theme, though. I'll tell you this. I guarantee you this. Dylan McKinnon will not be picking the movies tomorrow after last week's debacle of What Movie Wednesday.
Ever.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll pick.
That might be worse.
Oh,
that might be worse. So tune in tomorrow. What Movie Wednesday will go back to its glory that it's been since we launched it without Dylan picking the movies.
No comment.
All right, have a great night, everybody. Go Phillies.